that's you started the video.
Yeah, we're live.
Oh, we're live.
I mean, you told me to be live.
Oh, my bad. I was just joking. Oh.
Too late.
You started the show. Let me fix that because I'm late-ish.
What?
She definitely asked 3 times before.
And you said yes.
I did. You're right. My bad. It happens though. We're here anyways.
Yep, we're all there.
Let me share this. We have 4? We have 4. Awesome. I don't know who's watching. Oh, Ross liked my post. Awesome. Thanks, Ross.
You're welcome.
Share to a group. Can I share rapidly or do I gotta share individually? Better be quick. Oh, sweet. Share. Share. Keep
It's
going.
your first time.
Second time, actually.
Gosh.
Right?
Well, hello there, boy.
Baby commentary for free.
All right, perfect. We got it. Excellent. I shared it everywhere I could. I made sense. Good evening, everyone. Joey Blaze live from the garage once again. Ross Collins,
How's it going?
how was your weekend, sir?
It had its ups and downs.
What were the ups of it? Or do you want to tell the downs?
It had its ups
Or
and
do you
downs.
want to tell the ups tonight and the downs tomorrow night?
Yeah, we'll do that.
Let's talk about the ups of the
Let's
weekend.
talk about Sunday.
the positives.
It's a good time.
Oh, yeah, this was a great time. Let's go over it real quick. We're going to start off the show by first talking about the Clash of York. What a weekend.
What was it going?
I have to say, some of the best flag football I've seen the DMV the last couple of years was played in that tournament. This one was a good one from start to finish. We did some recap. I did a recap of it the other day. So we'll go over some of the games real quick. Some of the ones we covered. Saturday morning I did AFN Baez. That was a really good game. Old school matchup between those two. Really enjoy watching when those two go face off against one another. Always a good matchup. You get a chance to see that film yet, Ross?
We watched a little bit of it while I was live.
Okay, what you think?
It was a good game.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I thought it was a really good game too. The other game I covered on Saturday morning I had a chance to watch was Prime Time and Renegades. That was a pretty good game. I was very surprised at how well Prime Time played the Renegades. I wasn't sure what Prime Time was. I had heard they had some players from Impact for first, and I had heard they had other guys too that would experience my 9-man. So it was a pretty good time. Really liked it. Going to be looking forward to seeing what Prime Time can do in the near future, especially as we get towards the end of the year. The other game I covered was Gusto Land Scorpions. That was a good time, really good time. Really liked that one a lot. Was really surprised at how it went. 31-13 was the final score of that game. Gusto Land just absolutely annihilated the Scorpions, but you know what? Greg Proctor wasn't there, so really not a fair measurement of the Scorpions. We saw the real Scorpions on day 2.
Mm-hmm.
And let's get to day 2 because that was all I saw on Saturday. That's all I could really talk about. Sunday was an awesome day. Beginning on Field 1, 8 a.m. We had Baez, Auto, and Blackhawks. The final score of that one was Baez 13, Blackhawks 0. Ross, you covered that game. What were your thoughts?
Blackhawks can get anything going on offense, man.
Yeah, that's
It's that early game. I mean, in defense of it being early, Bias is out there and ready to go as best they could. Blackhawks seem like they're struggling to even get on the field, so I don't know. It's just one of those deals.
yeah. It's just one of those things where like Baez seemed more ready than Blackhawks did, and Baez came out and played really well, whereas Blackhawks did not, and as a result, Baez got the dub, advanced to the quarterfinals. The first game I did at 8 a.m. was AFN Scorpions. The final score of that one was Scorpions 14, AFN 6. That was a decent old school battle. Like I said, low scoring defensive game. AFN just couldn't get anything going. They got a score toward the end of the game, but for the most part, that game was all Scorpions. Props to the Scorpions who showed up day 2. AFN 0-3 for the weekend. Your thoughts on AFN going 0-3?
I don't really have any. I didn't really get to watch any of their games, really, so.
They were close, and like all of them, it was a score or less. It's just
Yeah.
they couldn't finish. Like Baez, they got beat on that lateral to make it 21-13. Blackhawks, low scoring slugfest, 6-3. You go look at the Scorpions game, 14-6. They were within range. It's just they couldn't finish games.
Right.
9-15 games, field 1. That was aftermath over. No. I'm a little ahead. Sorry about that. Just trying to remember off the top of my head because I don't have the schedule on me anymore. Think. I had it. Don't you hate when that happens?
It all kind of ran together for me, man, to be honest with you.
BC Elite defeated a 4-1-0 Ravens. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Didn't get a chance to see much of that one. Ravens finished 0-3 on the weekend. Not a good weekend for the 4-1-0 Ravens. But BC Elite went out, played well, got the dub. The next game happened on field 2. I believe you got to do this one, Ross, if I remember correctly. Primetime MD Titans. Your thoughts on that one? Final Titans 13, Primetime 12.
That was a wild game, back and forth. That was probably the wildest game of the weekend for me, honestly. They were all good, though, but that was probably the wildest one. You just never knew who was going to actually win that game till the very end.
Yeah, it really did come down to the wire. That was a really good game. Surprised at how well the Primetime did. Like I said, this was a pretty good team they brought out this weekend. They showed they could compete. It wasn't anything like the Impact squad or Applebee squad we saw last year in the same tournament. It was much better, much improved. I liked it a lot. Looking forward to seeing what Primetime can do in the future, man. I've heard speculation there might be another York tournament coming up.
That's what I heard.
Yeah, a lot of flag football coming, man. It's going to be busy season coming up. Busy season. The 10:30 game on field 1 was Aftermath 21, Reckless Villains 20. That was close. Reckless Villains did not have much this weekend. They came in thin. Reminded me a lot of what we had at last time we were in York. Deja Vu and Rampage of BC Elite on Saturday.
Yeah.
And then Sunday going one and done, unfortunately, against a tough Aftermath team. Played them well, but just in the end couldn't get the victory. Villains 0-3 on the weekend. Your thoughts on the Reckless Villains, Ross?
Definitely are missing a couple key pieces. Needed a kicker. From what I heard.
Mm-hmm.
Needed a kicker. Honestly, Sunday I didn't really get to watch their game either. I think I was streaming a different game while they were playing. I remember I caught kind of the tail end of it. I was also chilling. That was my break time, so I was watching a little bit. They were missing a couple key pieces. Aftermath's no joke though either, though, man. To even have missing pieces and still do what they did with Aftermath, there's something to be said about that. But they lost, so.
And unfortunately for the Villains, 0-3 in the weekend. But you know what? Those guys got a taste of the circuit, and they got another chance next month. More to come soon. On the opposite field, a 10:30 game. It was Renegades over the MD Titans, 24-13. I got a chance to do that one.
Yeah.
That was a really good game. Renegades and Titans was an absolute fist fight in terms of like how much physicality there was. It was like a brawl, man, an old school battle, like a slugfest, and it was a great one at that between those two. Titans had the game for the most part, but lost it toward the end, man. They really did. Just some plays didn't go right for them, and in the end, it was the Renegades who got the dub. So overall, Titans this weekend, they finished 2-2. They only beat the Titans or Renegades. I'm stupid. They only beat Primetime, but only lost to the Renegades. Your thoughts on the Maryland Titans, Ross?
It looked alright. I like the purple.
Yeah.
The new purple. I don't know if they played with that before or not, but to me, it was new. The Maryland Titans I've always seen. I've always been some kind of combination of yellow and the Maryland flag, so.
Well,
or white and the Maryland flag, but I like the purple.
Yeah, they debuted that at the Capital Classic last year.
Did they?
Yeah, they were wearing that in the Cap Classic.
Yeah, I like it.
So it's a newish uniform. It's a pretty nice one too. I like the color scheme. They had a gold one too. They brought out on Saturday, from what I was seeing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I like the new threads. Titans still hanging in there, man.
Yeah, they seem like a bend don't break kind of team.
Yeah, they play hard every game. Meanwhile, on 11:45 Field 1, it was another good game. Really, really good game at that. A lot of props, a lot of praise for this one. Baez Auto over Gusto Land, 14-10. Ross, that was your game, right?
Baez Gusto?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good game.
Your thoughts?
That was a hell of a game.
Yeah.
You could tell, you could feel the tension between both teams that whole game, man.
Yeah.
You could just feel it. Yeah, that was a damn good game.
A lot to prove there. That was basically the York Championship right
Yeah,
there
that's
for
what I was
the
thinking.
whole city.
That was wild.
First time they've ever played a 9-man against each
I'm
other.
glad I was a part of that.
Yeah, it was a good one to be a part of, man. I really appreciated that game from a standpoint of a viewer because it was a competitive battle between two local teams that wanted to prove a point to each other.
Yeah.
And personally, I really liked it a lot. And I look forward to seeing that rivalry develop as time goes on. Because you got to realize there's a rivalry there.
Oh, there definitely is.
Yeah. Baez Auto and Gusto Land is a rivalry. Or at least it's one in the making.
Yeah, I believe it is.
They need to play against each other more.
I can feel it.
Yeah.
I liked it.
I liked it too. Really good game. Over on the field I was at, it was Scorpions over Rampage, 25-23. Woo! This was a great game. This was an awesome game.
Took a long time.
Yeah, it felt like it reminded me a lot of a league game. In the sense of how long it was, and the sense of how epic it was, and how much it was drawn out. It was an awesome game, though.
Yeah.
Like, if you take out the issues they had in game, it was a really good game.
Right.
Like, that's the only... Like, if you just watch the plays that went down and how competitive it was, Scorpions Rampage was a classic. And one that I won't forget as a viewer or a fan or a live streamer. I loved it. I appreciated it. It was some good stuff. Scorpions Rampage. Great game. Really liked it a lot. Big props to the Scorpions. Rampage. Saturday beat BC Elite, you know. They crushed the Villains. Sunday, one and done. Your thoughts?
That's pretty wild. That's a tough draw, though, Scorpions, too, though. So, I don't know. I don't like to comment on the team too much. They were loaded.
Yeah.
And my boy O'Shane out there.
Saw that.
Learning. Out there learning. Learning experience for him. Other than that, I got nothing.
Gotcha. Next on there, Aftermath beat BC Elite on Field 1. 16-10 was the final there.
There's a lot of big plays this weekend.
Yeah, there was. Like, this was big play. This was big play Saturday and
I
Sunday.
kind of got that. I started thinking about that like towards the end there. I was like, man, there's a lot of scores that were big plays, especially towards the end. Those last couple games, a lot of big plays.
Yeah. Like, it was absolutely wild. It was a great tournament to be a part
It
of.
was good football.
I agree, 100%. Other field, Renegades defeated the Scorpions by a score of 21-14. Ross, you did that game. What was your thoughts?
That was a wild game as well.
Yeah.
Back and forth. Once again, didn't know who was going to win. Jaleel Feggins or whatever.
Yeah.
The Renegades quarterback.
Yeah.
He scared me a couple times. He was back there taking his blows, man. A couple times he's on the ground, you know. But he stood back there and took his blows and still came out with the victory, so.
Yep.
That's good shit.
He was very key to them this weekend. One of the best players on the team.
Renegades balled out, man.
Yeah, Renegades in this tournament was awesome. I'll have some more thoughts on the Renegades in a moment. But Scorpions, they go down to the semifinals. First time they didn't get to a championship in a tournament in a year. We talked about the potential of 3-peat for them. They got denied of it. You saw Proctor's pick. What went through your mind when he threw it?
Wasn't quite sure what he was going to, but just Proctor.
Somehow
I'm no quarterback, so I don't know.
It just looked like it was weird. I didn't expect it. Watching it live, it caught me off guard.
Yeah.
The other game on field one, it was Aftermath over Baez Auto.
It seemed like a good game too. I remember I caught myself watching that game a couple times.
Yep, and there was a lot of bad blood from the day before.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a high tension, highly intense play game from start to finish. Aftermath Baez was awesome. And honestly, it's one of those games where I want to see play more.
Yeah.
Like, for sure.
Baez has a good squad, man.
They do. They really do. This was their comeback a little bit. They had gotten to the quarters in Capital Classic and Worlds, but hadn't really gotten to the Final Four since Charm City Classic a few months prior.
Right.
So it was something they needed.
They had a good squad.
Yeah, they really did.
Aftermath has a damn good squad too.
Mm-hmm. As we got to the finals, Renegades 28, Aftermath 18. This was an awesome championship game. The first half was just all scoring. Like, it felt like a 5-man game with how fast-paced and how high-tempo scoring it was. Like, a track meet broke out of the field.
I finally decided to sit down, but I remember sitting there and I'm like, I couldn't see either end zone really, but I just remember thinking about getting up, and I was like, I don't really need to at this point because it's literally deep bomb this way, and then deep bomb that way, and then deep bomb this way.
Yeah, there was no way. You had no good angle at that.
That was a wild game, though.
It was a great back and forth battle from start to finish. I really enjoyed that one. Aftermath, a bit of a fight in the first half, but the Renegades defense locked down. Again, big shout out to the Renegades for the weekend they had. You know, this is a franchise that's not getting. This is a team that's not talked about a lot, even though when you look at the tournament performance over the last year, say 14 months, they're doing really well.
Yeah.
Runner-up in Charm City B bracket.
Flying under the radar.
Yep. Runner-up in Charm City B bracket. Runner-up in York. Runner-up in Capital Classic B bracket. Got to the Sweet 16 at Worlds. Had a tough draw with AFN on day 3 in what was a very competitive 21-20 battle.
All right.
Like, they're no slouch. Renegades always come out fighting. I remember the first tournament I did, they won it. That was Hagerstown 2017. They defeated Broad Axe in the championship. So that was...
Yeah, they earned that, man.
Yeah, check and see if Jaleel is on.
Who's that?
Yeah, supposed to have him on. But yeah, awesome time, man. Really good stuff from the Renegades. Love what they did.
You'll never guess.
Why not popping up?
He's on there, but there's no ad.
I'll get him real quick. It's a pain, man. I don't understand it. Yeah, I'm gonna tell
Get
him.
him on here. Let him talk his shit.
I'm telling him. Oh, other than
He's
that,
alright.
he's a streamer runner.
No, put your hands
Ross, your thoughts on the Renegades?
Like I said, man, they balled out.
Yeah.
That Scorpions game was a battle.
Mm-hmm.
That Scorpions game was a battle. I'm telling you right now, I thought Jalil was going to come off a couple times. He was hurting, but he stuck it out.
Physical game, man. Like, a lot of people don't realize how physical it really gets on the circuit. It's an entirely different game than what you see at league ball at home. Each of the games are played more competitively. The games are a lot tougher. They're more physical. The refs don't call as much. It's just something that you can't go out there and be soft and play. You got to come out there and play tough. Try it again, Ross.
Yeah, working on it.
We're good, buddy.
All right, here we go.
All right, cool. It's actually on.
Live. But look, it just started.
Did it?
Maybe.
Weird.
I don't know, man. Facebook is weird.
Facebook is odd.
No, you're in a whole new one.
Am I?
Yeah.
Are we actually live?
I believe so. Just got the notification.
Oh, weird.
Yeah, here we go.
See, it's weird because if you look at it on my browser, on my laptop below me, it's unseen on the camera because it's sitting so low. It's showing the video still as an active video, so I have 2 active videos.
It's kind of doing what mine did the other day.
Oh,
It
yeah.
It didn't let me ever finish the live.
Oh, when you were
Yeah.
doing your stream on County?
No. This one we're in York.
Oh, York. Okay.
He's after one of the games.
Try to see if Jalil's there again.
Yeah. Hold on.
Oh well. Facebook Live. You never know what you're getting.
He's not on here yet.
All right. Got it up. Got it shared. I don't know what that was, Trey. I don't know if that was weak internet or the app or what. Ross went to call him in and it just was nope. Facebook is nope, it chooses to blow up.
It literally was trying to add him and then just crashed.
I know.
So.
Fucking
I don't
Facebook,
think it's the
man.
internet or anything like that. It's just good old Facebook.
Yeah, all reliable. Try to see if he's in there again.
Yeah, hold on. Alright. Trying to add him now. Alright, at least this time it says adding.
Okay, that's it. If it breaks again, we'll have to move on. It's a sign. It's weird how it works sometimes, but not always. Still saying adding? Got blurry all of a sudden. What's wrong with your internet, Ross?
I don't know, Joe. Maybe you used it all up.
Whoops. I mean, you're running 800 shows a week. Still saying adding? Jaleel, we added you.
It's a Facebook thing. Hold on. He's trying to add us.
Try it.
No answer.
Alright, try adding straight up.
Yeah, no, he's gonna draw. go in and out.
All right, hold on. So someone loves our show.
Apparently we're locking doors.
Yeah. You never know, Ross, in your neighborhood. Gotta be careful. Give him the heads up. Exit stream when we enter. Let me see if he's got that. See if there's still an option.
He's on there, but it doesn't say that.
Send a notification. Or a message. Jaleel, exit the stream and re-enter.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
like,
don't try to add us, we'll add you.
I gotta like find a new platform for interviews.
Something.
Maybe Zoom. I don't know what Zoom's like. I've never done it before. You?
No.
No?
Can't say that.
Maybe Skype. No, Skype's horrible.
Is Skype in a thing?
Skype's still a thing.
Is it?
Mm-hmm. Nobody uses it anymore. Except for like some places for hiring. Jaleel, exit the stream and re-enter. Other thoughts on York, Ross? Like, what are your thoughts on the tournament as a whole? While we're trying to get this fixed.
So overall, it was good.
Yeah. I thought it was really good too. Like, the fields were really nice. The facility, I feel like, with a couple of upgrades eventually would be really awesome for football. They have lights. They have three fields they could use. There's a lot of potential there at that facility. I really hope that YFFL get a chance to use it in the future for other tournaments because it's a.
That shit finally worked.
So there, boss.
That shit finally worked.
Awesome.
What's up, fellas? How y'all doing?
Good, man. Good.
Yeah, bro.
You got headphones, man? Yeah, with the headphones. Give him a second. All good. It's his first time. It's forgettable.
Yeah, what's up? That's better.
All right, we got perfect audio now. How you doing, Jaleel?
Good, bro. Chilling. How about yourself?
Same here, chilling myself. Having a beer, relaxing. It's a good night, man.
Yeah.
But
Champions, man. We champions, man.
yes, sir.
we
One
done-
championship down, and still a few more to try to get. There's still a couple more to be won right now. Renegades, you guys are down to your final week at OMFFL on top of being 1 month away from the next tournament. But let's go over last tournament. Let's actually talk about the injury you suffered last year. 'Cause
So,
we met at Nationals, if you recall.
right, yeah. I actually met you down at Hagerstown 2017, but that was way back then. But so
Really? Okay,
yeah.
so I apologize up front because my memory of that tournament is actually very blurry.
Shit, it's cool, bro. But fucking
That was the first one I ever did.
yeah, I came up to you and asked you where the games was gonna be and all that. You told me, but
Oh wow, wow. Okay, yeah. See, back then I didn't know anybody. Like I
right,
just was starting. I was starting to live stream about 6 months earlier. I just did it for the weekend because like it was a hobby of mine. Kind of weird to see where things are 3 years later. Where you are right now with Renegades, where I am with live streaming, where we all are right now, really in the flag world. Interesting time period in flag football. But let's talk about the injury last year and what had happened. What went down?
so I don't know. My knee been fucking up for hella long. But last year in nationals, we had played like I think it was we played like I think a game Friday and then 2 games Saturday. So by the time Sunday came, my knee had swelled up. Then I just couldn't do nothing. But it ain't like nothing too major to keep me from playing. You feel me? It's just fluid in there. That's all it is.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's all it was just fluid.
So you're able to recover fine. All right, good, good. Rehabilitation went well. Coming back this season, taking over the quarterback role, what were some of the biggest challenges you faced?
Man, right before the season had started, we ran one practice. I ain't even get no work at the quarterback position or nothing like that. So we had one practice. We ain't know how things was ready to go, but I played quarterback in high school, so I guess once I got behind the line, shit just came back to me. Like I guess I don't. And now we
And
on
you've
a
done
fucking
excellent,
roll.
man. Like, I've been down there a few times watching the OMFFL, and you have really turned it up this season down there. And this weekend was your coming out party in York.
Yeah, man. We done been there too many times. We we done been there too many times. You keep walking away empty-handed. That shit ain't gonna keep happening, Joe. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
We gotta
And
do.
that's the thing. Like you guys, we talked about the run you had over the last 3 out of the 4 tournaments previously, 3 in a row. The Renegades got to the finals, only to fall short to Ride Out, Rampage, and the Scorpions. But this time around, you managed to get past the Scorpions, managed to knock off Aftermath in the championship. Let's go over it game by game, starting out with the Titans game on Saturday morning. Your thoughts?
That was a good game. I knew it was gonna be a shootout, but fucking, I mean, to tell you the truth, they came out there fighting. They wasn't trying to go home. I mean, don't nobody want to go home. You feel me on money day, but you could definitely tell when people want it and when people don't want it. That was a good ass game. It was a good shootout. We got the last minute score, so I mean, I guess we wanted it more than they did.
Yeah. It was good. You guys very key at the end. Back-to-back plays you scored on, once in the touchdown and the other in the pick six at the end to seal it. Excellent win for the Renegades over the Titans. Didn't look good for a moment. I thought the Titans would be able to pull it out, but in the end, you guys did it.
Yeah, man. Gotta fight to the end.
Thoughts on the Scorpions game?
I do not like they D line.
I knew you was
I do not like they D line. Them niggas,
gonna get it up, man.
they some
Yeah,
monsters for
Ross
real,
is
but
saying that they're hitting you a lot back there.
nah, not even that. They just you feel me? They good, they fast, they aggressive. But I
Yeah.
got some dogs up front, so that shit wasn't about nothing. But they definitely, yeah, they D line. They got a nice D line. But you know, they start with them. They start with the ones up front. They give me the time. I find the receivers, and then Trey Boston, he really saved our ass. He caught that pick that fucking turned the game around. And then we went down
He
and
came up
scored
big
it.
for you guys this
Yeah,
weekend.
man, that was fucking huge.
Mm-hmm. That right there was it. I couldn't believe it watching from the distance. I saw the play unfold and it just stunned me. I couldn't believe Proc threw that, and at that moment, it just was a big game changer. The Scorpions were deflated. It was enough for the Renegades to get the win, and it gave you guys the money you needed going into the championship game. Your thoughts on the championship of Aftermath?
So it's some history behind that team for real. Like people like some people know it, some people don't. So going into that game, we just lost to them like what, like 2 weeks ago, probably before the tournament, 6-0. So I used to be on Explosion for real. You feel me? And Aftermath, that
Mhm.
was before Aftermath. But so going into the championship
Is that
game,
who you were with in Hagerstown back then?
nah, I was
Okay,
playing with the
Renegades.
Renegades.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'm trying to remember properly.
that was nah. I played with Explosion way back then, but
Okay.
But going into that game, you feel me? We had just lost to them, and then plus the prior history with that, I wanted to win that shit. Like I wasn't wild. Nah, I had to go in there and do what the fuck I had to do. I went in there and focused. You feel me? Dropping dimes. I gotta talk my shit. I've been humble this whole time. I was out that bitch throwing dimes. You feel me? Like I'll tell people all the time, I'm the most accurate black quarterback that y'all know. I'ma stand on that. I'ma stand on that.
You
We
showed a
about
lot
to,
of accuracy and poise over the weekend, man. You were just dropping bombs out there.
yeah, man. We about to take all this shit. We here. And Gusto Land, that's one team that we haven't played yet. So they got away from us this time. But next time, best believe it. Best believe it, cause I wanted them. The Renegades
I
wanted
get the
them.
I get the feeling you're going to run into them very soon. Gusto has they made it clear they're not going away at 9-man. They're going to be entering all the tournaments. They're going to be at nationals. I guarantee you guys will at least see them before the nationals, perhaps at the Capital Classic.
That's gonna be a matchup right there.
That was
Gusto
something I was wanting to
Bucks.
see. I wanted to see Gusto against at least one more of the OMFFL teams. I was hoping to see them face either you guys or Rampage again,
Right.
just because of that matchup. Because Gusto, in my opinion, like they definitely can compete, in my opinion. But on day two, they ran into a Baez team that, Rawson said it. They were ready. That was a rivalry game for sure. It's one of the tough draws you get.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, you guys had to beat how many league foes in order to win this tournament? Titans, Scorpions, and Aftermath all on the same day. All
Yeah,
OMFFL rivals.
yeah, that's all on FFL. We about to play them next week. This week, actually, we about like, it's about to be the same thing. But yeah,
We're
man,
looking forward.
everybody came out there. They was playing hard. Everybody showed. You feel me? It was a tough weekend. It was definitely a tough weekend.
Yeah, I agree
So much
100%.
better competition in the NFL, man.
Yeah,
That league, wow.
yeah. And we're looking forward to going back to the OMFFL November 8th for Championship Sunday. Your
Hopefully, you
thoughts
see us
going
there,
into the
man.
final week of the season coming up?
Say that again.
Your thoughts going to the final week of the regular season?
Oh man, it's the last season of the game. You feel me? About to go out here and have fun. I think we made playoffs already, so you feel me? I'm still gonna
Yeah, I
play
think you
hard,
guys were
but
undefeated at one point when I was last there.
yeah. But I'm
Uh,
not gonna say that like the center changes that, but the center does change that. You feel me? My man's Glenn. He usually plays center when Dave is not there, but when we got the starting center, we're a whole different offense, man. We unstoppable.
I agree. And honestly, you guys to me are the early favorites right now to take to take Capital Classic.
Appreciate it, man.
I don't know going for Renegades going into it, especially after this tournament. Your thoughts on anything else in the tournament, York?
Nah, I just wanna say great football, fellas. You feel me? Great football, great weekend. Glad everybody made it home safe. You feel me? All that good shit. But we coming for that ass. Come next week. This week actually. Whoever watching this that's on the Thunderbirds, Scorpions, all that, we coming for y'all. We taking this championship home, man. I'm telling you. It's not gonna be easy. We
Looking
definitely about to
forward to
fight
it,
for all that
man.
shit.
I can't wait. It's going to be It's going to be a November to remember.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm ready for nationals.
That's what I'm looking forward to. Nationals. Ah.
I'm ready for
3 months away.
nationals.
Your thoughts going to nationals and all the teams entering so far?
I ain't even seen the list yet of who all going, but
34 B teams right now.
damn, 34
Yeah.
L's we ready hand out. It's like, nah, we're not even gonna play all them teams. But look, we handing all them bitches out, straight L's. Everybody getting them.
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. Good, man.
Yeah, man.
Any other thoughts you have tonight, Leo?
No sir. About to finish. You feel me? Chilling with the old lady.
All right, man.
Yes sir.
Well, you have a nice night. We'll see you in a couple weeks when I head back to OMFFO. And best of luck come playoffs in this week.
Appreciate it. Y'all be safe. Take care. All right.
Good shit, Renegade.
Appreciate you.
Peace out, Jaleel. I'll tell you, really looking forward to seeing how this next tournament pans out in the DMV area. Or DMV, Mason-Dixon area, the fourth state. I mean, Pennsylvania, Maryland, Virginia, all that region. All of us down here. Which will be Capital Classic, which will be November 21st, 22nd. I'm going to have some kind of coverage down there some way or another. I'll be live for it. We'll see what we can do. Nothing set in stone yet for it, but I'm going to try to give you the best experience you always can get live. Pete will bring you something great. Ross, your thoughts on the Capital Classic next month?
We'll see how it goes.
All right.
I'm about to give Renegades all the shine, man. They deserve it.
What are you doing? Yeah, tell me what you're doing. That's what I'm doing. Yeah, hey, somebody?
Trying.
Who you trying to add?
Brandon Scarborough.
Bet.
The OG, as they call him. The guy out there playing with gray hair. Balling out, though. He made some plays.
Always makes plays. But does he know how to do live?
We're fixing to find out.
Come on, babe. Don't do that to me.
There he is.
Yo.
Don't do that to me. I do the live every once in a while.
Every once in a while?
Every once in a while, I hop in here.
Okay.
You want to ask the questions or you want me to ask them?
How you doing, man?
I'm good, sir. How about yourself?
I'm good. It's a nice night here at the house.
Hey, man.
Just had a nice tournament. Looking forward to more. A lot going on in the next couple of weeks, especially when we hit towards nationals.
Oh, yeah.
But your thoughts on this past weekend?
Before we even get started, I want to let you know that I appreciate you and all the media crew because, one, you are the best film study I've ever had in my life.
Also what?
Best film study I've ever had in my life. I can watch these teams 24 hours before we play them. It's almost not fair.
Oh, so that's you viewing my games.
Well, I'm on all of them.
Yep.
See, I ain't gonna lie. YouTube allows me to go and see what videos had the most views over the last 48 hours. I could tell certain teams were studying film on others just by like what games were getting watched.
Smart football.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's, bro, you behind the quarterback sometimes.
I try to get the best angle I can, man. I trench war, see the quarterback.
I appreciate it, and I know the young fellas do because they love them pictures.
Oh yeah, man.
They love them pictures.
We
Now
just
go
try
ahead
to
and
get
ask
the
you
best.
about go ahead and ask you about some of these holes we played.
All right, your thoughts on prime time?
Prime time, young man. I'm gonna tell you, most of the 9-man teams we play in the circuit have talent. There's no doubt about that. These teams have talent, but you can tell that the teams that make it are the ones that had the veterans on there. Don't matter how old, how young, how spunky you are. If you got some knowledge, you can make it. Those guys are young, but they got a lot of talent. They got a lot of talent. Line play. They got to learn line play too. Line play is important in 9-man. But
I think a lot of those guys come from 7 or 8 man in York. I'm not sure which style.
Most guys in our league know how I feel about 8-man, and like I said, you don't even have to be a football player to stand out in 8-man. But in 9-man, you have to know some 11-man concept to be slightly successful. That's why I love the 9-man game so much. But Primetime has some. Like I said, I like the quarterback, but it's hard to gauge a team when the guy don't have time. And it's not that the guys were bad blockers. Like I said, there's schemes in 9-man that some guys just aren't ready for. You can't disrespect this game by thinking you could throw 9 together and win.
Yeah, no, I agree with that 100%. Maryland Titans, you got to play them twice this weekend.
Man, every time we play Maryland Titans, it's going to be a war. Once again, their team has been around. They have a lot of veterans that have been around for a while. And whenever you play a league team, you know each other. So you know it's going to be a fight. That was probably the worst officiated game I've ever played in. Our game on day 2. It was pretty bad, man. It was pretty bad, but I'm not going to get up here and bash the refs. I'd rather bash the teams. I know none of them are out there to screw a team over, but it was pretty bad. It was pretty bad. And like I said, it wasn't a character thing. It's just that I think someone more familiar with the rules.
A lot of it, I know the guys personally. This was their first big foray into a tournament.
No.
Coming in, in a while. Some of them refereed Hagerstown a couple of years back.
Yeah, it was pretty tough, man.
Yeah, they're Hagerstown area refs. It's one of those things. Like
I said, I've seen enough talk about it. I'll leave it alone. I'll let them get on the book about it. But the Titans, both days, I hated to see the bracket that those were the 2 teams we played, and then we played the winner out of them on Sunday.
Yeah, that was unfortunate because it's like you never want to play the same team twice in a weekend because
we already know because we've had battles with Renegades. We've had those battles with some of those York teams, with some of the teams. Well, the Baez and a lot of those guys that split off to form Gusto Land. So we wanted those matchups. That's what we came up there for, to see us on that side of the bracket. We knew, 1, it was going to be a dog fight because they're all league teams. But 2, we don't get to see any unless Gusto Land made it through that buzzsaw. But they didn't. And we did.
And that's all that mattered was day 2. I feel like Gusto got really excited on day 1 when they knocked off Scorpions. Man, and a lot of that was because they took what Proctor said to heart.
Look,
when he said he didn't know them.
I'm going to let a Scorpion get up here and talk these shit because that's not for me. But I watched that game.
But I'm just saying, Gusto, I feel like came out and chip on their shoulder Saturday, but came out on Sunday not with the same intensity. You know what I mean?
Man, I counted about 7 key players that the Scorpions did not have on Saturday. And that's huge on a team like that. Especially when Greg Proctor isn't there. That's not even – you didn't – not to take anything from the kid who was back there. I like Nick. But you can't take away what's in Greg's head. The way he plays the game with his weapons. That's his offense. So I respect the win because don't get me wrong, it was exciting. I like watching Gusto Land do their thing. Made me want to play. Made me want to get these Renegades involved with them. But it didn't happen that way. But we coming. I'll make a couple phone calls, make sure you get on the schedule, Gusto.
That's a game I want to see. Renegades and Gusto Land. That would be awesome.
Man, get your cameras ready because it's going to happen. Well, I guarantee you it's going to happen.
If they enter Capital Classic, I think that should be a day one game.
I don't. I think it should be a day two game, but it only depends on what you do on day one.
Yeah.
That is a thing, but you never know. They may end up on the opposite bracket. May not see him. May get one and done again. Who knows, though? You never know what's in the tournaments.
Got to keep winning.
Exactly. And that was something that Renegades did on Sunday. Your thoughts on the Scorpions game?
Dogfight. Once again, there were still some key players missing on that Scorpions team. Secondary players that I noticed that weren't out there that were key to what I know they do in the league and when they usually enter other tournaments. But I don't really give a shit. You put 9 out there, we gonna play 9 of them. Once again, Renegades. But yeah, it's a league team. It'll never be easy on a league team. We know each other too well.
Mm-hmm.
That's what sucks when you see that bracket and you see literally 3 league teams. Like, God damn. Any one of us can win on any given day, I feel. I mean, they're all good.
Well, like, Field 2 was like, I think out of the 6 teams on Field 2, 5 of them were OMFFL teams.
Yeah.
AFN, Scorpions, Rampage, Renegades, Titans. The only one that wasn't was Primetime.
Primetime. Correct.
Yeah, like that whole – and that's just one of those things. Like the schedule worked out really well with how it was – like, I don't know how it was done, but, like, it worked out really well day one with the avoidance of OMFFL matchup. Yeah, there were some, but there weren't as many as there could be.
We knew it was going to be a possibility, but at the same time, there's not a lot of tournament play this year before Nationals. So we just wanted to get our quarterback as much tournament run as he could get before we head down Nationals, before we head down Florida.
And that's what you got to do, man, especially with the lack of 9-man we had this year. And I don't know how much you guys were able to even practice whenever Corona hit. Were you guys dormant or were you guys able to get together?
I'm not going to divulge my secrets, but man, a core of our team plays almost every style of football, and they're together all the time. So they've been playing football through everything. I don't think they've stopped since Nationals. There's been some form of football, and it's helped us. It's helped us. We've got a couple scrimmages in during I don't even know what to call this shit anymore. We'll just go with Corona.
We call it Corona season around here.
Yeah, during the lockdown, we still got some scrimmages in. We kept playing, mostly because we didn't know what our quarterback situation was going to be. Everyone knows that now that our quarterback, Jim, moved to Pittsburgh and wasn't available. And Jaleel stepped up and showed out.
Yeah. Like, this was a big weekend for him, and he really shined when it mattered the most on a big stage.
Yeah. We have a shitload of players that stand out. That's what I mean, if you watch the games, Tyler watched the games, I want to know what y'all think. If you played us, what do you stop? Just out of curiosity, what do you do to stop us? I can't wait to cut this shit off and see the comments because I'm curious. Shit, you got 5 games on us.
On Sunday in York, I would have done exactly what the Scorpions did to a good D-line at them, but it didn't stop them, so.
I don't know if you noticed on day 1, Jaleel actually went down. We lost him for a minute. We hadn't scored yet. We put in another quarterback. We put in Jimmy. And Jimmy scored our first touchdown.
Yeah.
He's an 8-man guy who's been doing some work. But we killing them all over the place, man. We got, like I said, Eddie out there doing his thing. We got Willie Smooth doing his thing. Jamal, another receiver that didn't picked up, doing his thing. We got Chavis, small guy in the backfield. I'm naming the guys that have scored touchdowns this weekend because I was watching these teams, and there was 2 and 3 guys that were literally getting off for certain teams. And I'm watching our game. I'm like, man, who do you stop? Who do you cover on 3rd and long on us? Who do you cover on 3rd and goal on us? We fucking people up, Joey.
Yeah.
I need
You
to see
guys
the comments. What they saying, man? Who want to work? Who want to work? Can I get the comments on here? I lied. I don't do live a lot. Where the comments at? I need to see what's up. Who want this work?
I love it. I love it.
I'm hyped for this Renegade squad, especially as we get closer to Nationals.
Yeah, that's the hurtful part. My team's so ready to talk this shit, but it's hard to talk it when we playing the same league teams. I need to get down there, and I need to get, up there and get some of that York meat. And I'm not trying to hear that Paul shit and none of that. Yeah, I got 5 kids running around this motherfucker. I'm real confident. Trust me. But Jay, let me know what's up. I know there was words of another tournament. Please make sure you put it on the OMFFL page as soon as possible. Shout out to Robbie V and Tyrell. But once again, man, the tournament was a lovely setup, bro. I know somebody gonna get up here and talk about that food setup, bro. That was something for everybody out there.
The whole thing was cool.
Yeah.
Now the music scenario, I heard a lot of people talking on live about how that was annoying and this and then you can't hear enough. I'm like, bro, you ever played in a stadium before? That music ain't shit. I love it. I mean, every once in a while I see it catching people on the field. It brings the atmosphere, man. Keep that shit up. I love that. I love that.
The music, I will say, like, the only thing that hurt for me was that I had 6 copyright strikes during the Scorpions Gusto Land game when I posted it on YouTube. Yeah, the Drake song got it banned from across the world, apparently, that played.
Well,
they didn't like the fact that Drake was playing.
You gotta let them know you don't own the rights before you even start.
See, the thing was, I didn't know a DJ was coming until the music started playing. By then, it was too late.
I don't even think. Look, you had about 7 personal DJs on every team.
Oh yeah, every team's got a DJ. Like everyone brings music. That's what keeps the game fun and interesting. I like the atmosphere. That's the thing. Tournaments are meant to be festivals. You go, you have fun, you play some ball, you eat good food, you watch some good football, and then you just that next day win it all. Party the next night, do what you got to do. It
definitely was that, but I've never been to a tournament where the bags were checked before.
Yeah, I saw that. We didn't get our bags checked. We just drove by, so I don't know what that was about.
You don't know what that's about? I can tell you what that's about off top because my whole team had to go back to their car.
Oh man.
Yeah, I got nervous. I didn't know what was going on with that scenario. But no, the atmosphere was cool, man. Comfortable. Definitely. Like I said, food, family, everything it was a good show. Good show.
Yeah,
a lot of competition.
Yeah, I give a lot of props to what John Uri and Donald Gentry did this year with this tournament. They put together a really good one. Clash of New York 2 was good. And I'm hearing they want to do another one Thanksgiving Saturday, a one-day double elimination tournament.
Let me ask another question, man. Put up a post to find out how many people pulled their groins this weekend. I saw about 10 groin pulls this weekend. No bullshit.
10?
Man, I'm watching people limp off the field holding their dilly-dallies left and right. I'm like, what the every other game I saw somebody leaving with a groin pull. Now, I heard people saying everybody used to playing on turf and used to grass, but hey, we'll see what happens because Nationals ain't. But we back at the same place where all that turf field was.
Sir, Northeast Regional Park will be the host of Nationals once more.
Oh shit! Well, that's grass again. That ain't no turf.
No, Northeast is turf, man. That's where we were at last January.
Oh, that was last year. Oh yeah. Okay. That's where everybody was getting them strawberries at.
That's where I covered your all skates of Scorpions and AFN.
Oh yeah, turf burn for everybody. Yeah, I remember them fields.
I like the Nerf. I thought it was a good facility, to be honest.
It was a great facility. I mean, it was like 4 fields, wasn't it?
They had 6 actually.
Yeah, that was football everywhere. I loved it. You had to go far to see another team play. I love that.
Mm-hmm. They were nice, man. They had free water to give around too. They kept refilling the tanks and everything else to provide for us for free. Great. It was a great environment. Really looking forward. I'm really glad they moved it back to Orlando from Panama City Beach. I think that was a good move.
Man, well, all you need to know is that the Renegades will be at National, ready to go. Hopefully, at that time, defending the last title, whatever tournament we playing in. I know I just saw that the Capital Classic is on for November, so we'll be discussing that. Probably see us in that, and hopefully, we'll be fucking somebody up in that tournament as well. I do see A and B, so. Who knows where the Renegades may be come Capital Classic. I mean, we haven't won that B championship, and we are a B team. But I heard a lot of A-B talk. We don't give a fuck. If you line 9 niggas up, we going to play them. I don't give a fuck what class you think you are.
Well, for what it's worth, you did beat a quote-unquote A team to win it all in Aftermath. Your thoughts on the Aftermath victory?
It's 9 of them, Joey. It's 9 of them. Well, football's football. Like I said, all these teams got great athletes. I don't give a shit what you sign up to play. Big whoop. You got to line 9 guys up. Nothing from Aftermath. I love them guys. I mean, shit, most of them are guys I played with Explosion. I take pride in that. Every time I see one of these teams with the vets that we played with advance. They were vets in the Final 4 of that tournament from teams that have been together. Scorpions, Rampage, us, Aftermath, and I don't know who Aftermath played, but all those guys have had guys at some point in time that have played together and are probably been in the league more than 10 years or playing this game for more than 10 years. And if that doesn't let these young dudes know that, man, all that old shit y'all keep talking, you might want to get a little bit of that on your team, bro. It helps. It helps. Because I see some teams out here still making them young mistakes. It's the difference between winning and losing out here. Shit, some of these games only get won 6-0. And it ain't a lot of time, especially early Sunday. Them games go by fast.
Oh, yeah. Fast. They were really going fast on field one. I remember those games were moving really fast.
Right. But the Aftermath game, like I said, man, Aftermath, I give them the utmost respect too because they've been doing it for a while. A lot of teams don't hold together. Some of them get up there, they don't get successful. Next thing you know, they're broken apart all over the place. Aftermath they've been building and putting it together for a minute now, and they've been doing it and taking their lumps while they've been doing it. So look for them in the A division to make some moves too.
I've already seen the last year what Aftermath can do. Especially they pulled off some victories over the likes of Punishers and played other teams really close.
This is gonna be an interesting nationals, man. But as much as we're down here talking, them up north teams are getting a lot of work in too. I've been noticing that they got tournaments and them dudes been playing a lot of football too. So we talking our shit down here, but I'm still watching. I still know we got we still got Long Island Demon work to deal with. We still got St. Louis to deal with. Them guys playing football too. Like some of these guys are still stuck in their area, bro. Nationals is a different animal. These dudes coming from all over the East Coast.
And I think the biggest thing about flag football this year is everything is regional right now.
Yeah.
But the only team coming up from the South to the Corona Classic this weekend is 7-point spread. They are the only Southern team in that tournament. And you look at the way as everything's divided, not too many of the North teams have come down to the DMV or Pennsylvania yet, but perhaps they might change their Capital Classic, who knows. But I feel like with everybody being regionalized right now and not having played teams for the most part from up north, because you guys have only played teams from OMFFL, York, and that's it so far this year.
And
Cincinnati.
the DMV teams from the DC league had started playing in our league, so we got a taste of some of their teams from down there. I mean, I know the meat of their team stayed up in that area. We didn't get a chance to see their travel teams like Ride Out and I think they have I'm not sure if Anarchy or what they did, or they put something else together, or Whack Rebels got back together, but I haven't seen them on the circuit yet. So we know they're always ready to play football when we see them too. So there's still some teams out here that we're not sure. You know, we haven't touched yet. We haven't felt the waters yet. We've just played, like you said, it's been local ball pretty much. So,
and I think that's going to make nationals interesting, because if they do the matchups kind of the way they did Atlantic City drawing, if you recall, the Atlantic City drawing, they made sure that teams did not play teams from their local area.
Yep. They put teams out of every area in the bracket. I love that.
Yeah, I think they'll do it. I thought I heard they're doing that again for nationals. So I get the feeling you're going to see that, and I think you're going to see some really interesting day 1 and 2 matchups between teams that haven't seen each other in either over a year or since last nationals.
I like that idea. The only thing is, I also don't like when people are allowed to touch the schedule, because funny shit happens. But it is what it is. We'll see what happens. Once again, you can only put 9 on the field.
True. And it's the best 9 that always wins.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Anything else you want to add tonight?
Nah, other than anybody watching that's not a Renegade, man, fuck your team. And we out here.
What's that?
I said, and we out here. I appreciate you, Joe. I appreciate you fellas with the media team, man. This is awesome.
We appreciate you guys.
All right.
All right, man. You have a good night.
You do the same, sir.
All right.
I told him I was live. See if he's on there.
Hold on, let's do this real quick. Nothing. All right.
Did you?
I believe I did.
You're rude.
Yeah, that was a dick move.
What the hell's wrong with you?
My
Ross?
bad. Hold on. Let's try it again. Dion, we'll get you here in a second. Tavon, you're up first.
My bad the first time. What's up, dog? What's going on?
How you doing, Tavon?
I'm good, man. Can't complain. I'm a champ, man.
That championship feeling, man. How you feeling?
I'm good, man. I'm a little banged up, but, you know, hey, it still feels good. You know what I'm saying?
What's that?
I said it was worth it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
At the end, we got the hardware. You know what I'm saying? We got them dollar bills. Everybody was coming for, you know, one goal, and we came away with it. And what's funny is, let me bring this up, because it's funny how if you look at the whole bracket, right? If you see, they really had the Scorpions in the championship, right? I mean, I know you, but that's a point I really want everybody to really pay attention to that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that ain't no whole shade thrown at the Scorpions ain't got nothing to do with that. It's funny. Whoever picked up that pen and put their name in that spot, I know they was hurt. I know they was. Yeah. I had to touch on that, man. We ain't really gotta go too deep into that. I know you're not the person who did it, you know. But what's good? What you want to talk about?
Yeah, man, you got headphones?
Headphones. Oh shit. Hold up, I'll be right back.
Hopefully he's not too bad.
This one with
Need to play that Chile United States Navy.
yeah, we commercial.
Yeah.
We'll see about the United States Navy.
Maybe we can bring back being live for one night. If you come back, you see us.
I'm back.
We hear him, man. You got him. I was hoping he was going to say also just film himself walking.
All right.
Yeah,
Can you hear me? All right, there we go.
So what you think, man? Clash of your two champions. What you think of the tournament overall?
To be honest, I liked it. Like he said, touch on some of the points Brandon said. Man, the food, the whole setup, and shout out to my man Dion. Let me tell y'all something. If you ain't had one of them crab cake sandwiches, you geeking. Like really, like for real. Like that was
be there Sunday so I could have some. It wasn't there. I was so mad at myself for not getting it Saturday.
yeah, you like he was saying he can't have pops out there if, just for one day. You know what I'm saying? That's a lot on them, So we appreciate you. If don't nobody tell you, Dion, we appreciate you. You feel me?
Yeah,
But
man.
on some real shit, that crab cake was, it was that. It was that smack. Like, no filling, straight crab meat, and that thing was like that. Like, yeah, y'all missing out. Next time, you see that man, Pops, man, go support that man. Get yourself a crab cake.
Yeah, dude, I 100% agree. Like, someone's got to find a way to get him down to Nationals to Bender.
Yeah.
Get him at every tournament if you can, because he's great. Like, I had the
Told
whole
him.
thing of macaroni, and it was awesome.
Yeah, everything was on point. Everything. The whole tournament, like I said, the music, that was, like I said, it just kept you in the mood. You know what I'm saying? Some players need that. Put them in their zone. You know what I'm saying? And trust me, I love it. It helped me lock in. Did what I did. My team did what they did, and we came out champions. Really ain't got too much to say on that. These teams, they was good. Titans, I thought they was great. Send us home, man. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I thought that was it. But like B was saying, when you play these teams from the league, it's always gonna be a battle. Always.
Yeah, 100%.
Prime time was a little scrappy team. They got their first touchdown
off of blown coverage. You know, that was a mistake on our behalf. You know, but they capitalized on it. Can't be mad at that. That's the way the game go. You know, they got their little momentum, but you know we had to bring them back to reality real quick. You know, but they a nice little scrappy team. They get it together. They line like B was saying, their line play. If they could get their line play together with that quarterback and tweak some things, they got a couple receivers on that team that I like. They definitely do. So they need to keep that together. Show up some more tournaments. Y'all be good. We ain't really get to see nobody else. It was like we was playing league ball, you know? Titans, Scorpions, Aftermath, and Primetime. That's all we saw, you know? So I wanted to see Gusto. I really did. I really, really did.
You
They
gotta
took
make
advantage.
it happen.
I really want to see them. Just on some, you know, good old foot. They got a nice little team. I like them.
Yeah.
I want to play against them. They came out hype against my boys. Came out real hype on a Saturday. So you gotta realize it's a Saturday.
They
Sunday.
came into that Scorpions game like it was their Super Bowl.
Well, I mean, you gotta understand. I mean, they took it, you know, they took it personal.
Yeah, I
Hey,
don't
can't be mad at that. I don't give a fuck if it was a Wednesday night. If we step on that field, that's what it is. I'm gonna give you my all. So that's what they did. Whether they showed up with all their players or not, like you said, you put 9 on the field. It is what it is. We gonna line that shit up and play.
100%.
We didn't get to see, of course, what's that? Bays Auto,
Baez, yeah.
Baez. My bad. I always call him Bays. But
Now, you're not the only one. I flipped back. Yeah.
So
I think Tyler
other
does
than
call
that,
me days on commentary too. It's okay. I've done this.
right?
They gave me shit for it last year.
Yeah, we had our little, you know, our little rivalry with them. You know, it's it is what it is with them. They always got, you know, some ballers over there always. So you can't never count them out. And we didn't get to see reckless villains. But I want to see some new teams, man. Tired of playing the same teams. Tired. I need new
The
faces.
thing about the circuit this year is, like I was saying with in the last interview, it's so regionalized this year. Like you got New
But
York who's doing their own tournaments up there in the form of Corona Classic with all their North teams.
and you see ain't nobody traveling to that shit.
I'll give 7 Point Spread credit. They did head up there. And a couple guys from the DMV are actually going to be participating in that this weekend. I believe both Deion Page and Orion Jones are participating for Gladiators in that tournament.
Oh, that's what's
Yeah.
up. That's all right, that's what's up. That's
Yeah, so we got some guys heading up there, from what I've been told and seen on the roster. It's just for the most part, it's been very regionalized. We haven't had many North teams come down here yet. Ideally, I would hope that Capital Classic changes that and that some North teams do come to Cap Classic just to keep things fresh and interesting. It'd be nice to see Renegades play as, say, Long Island Demons or Illuminati.
yeah, we owe them. We owe the demons. We owe them. I think that's the team we played in nationals, and we
Yeah, you
lost to
guys were in
them.
the same bracket with them
We
and
was up. We was up, and then we fucked up. And of course, like I said, they play football just like us. Took advantage of us, and they came out on top 14-13. That's crazy. We only lost by a total of 3 points the whole weekend.
I was about to say, because I'm pretty sure the Scorpions game was 1 point, and I think the AFN game
Four,
was also 1 point.
14, that was 14-13, and AFM was what, 21-20?
21-20, I want to say.
Yeah, so total of 3 points, man.
Yeah. So close.
Tired of that so close, man. I'm tired of that, man. Tired. I
That
got
was the thing
look,
with you guys,
listen.
though. Like, all last year, I kept talking about how close the Renegades are. Like, you go
Right.
back to Sharp City, runner up the Rideout. York, runner up the Rampage. Cap Classic, runner up the Scorpions. You guys had a
Yep.
tough draw in Nationals where you had to play Demons and Scorpions. And you ended up being a 16th seed having to play AFN in the Sweet 16. And what
What's crazy
honestly
is,
could easily have been a Final Four matchup.
yep, and what's crazy about that was, trust me, I did not want to go from where I live at all the way to Florida just to play my boys. We got other peoples that play other formats. So when I was there, I'm trying to, put ourselves in the right situation. And it just so happens that we ended up in the same bracket because of time slots. So it worked out for my other friends, you know what I'm saying? So they can go and we can go play our other formats. So that's how that worked out.
Yeah. Um, I'm looking forward to this year's Nationals. I think, and I'm really hoping they do end up regionalizing matchups where you guys will avoid, say, Scorpions or Rampage until day 3. Like, I'd like to see you have a bracket of at least one North team and one DMV team and maybe one from, say, St. Louis, Texas, or even the Bahamas, for instance.
Yeah,
Because
man,
I
we
feel like that'd be the best way to go about doing matchups for Nationals.
never played them. I trust me. I love to play them. Never played the Bahamas team. I play them. You know what I'm saying? I just want to play different faces, man. That's it. I just want to see different people and how they play the game. You know what I mean? Just tired of playing the same Baltimore and the same DC teams.
I understand that 100%. Like, especially because you got league ball, but then you see them in a tournament. I think you
Yep.
guys last year had to play Rampage back to back weeks. Once in OMFFL, then the other week you had to play them in York.
Yeah. Yep.
I think you also played Scorpions for the OMFL championships last year, if I remember correctly. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
And then had to play them again in the Capital Classic a week later.
Mm-hmm.
It's as long as isn't
Mm-hmm.
that long, and then you had to play in the Nationals.
And you want to know what was crazy about that? Look, I told them straight up. I was like, look, y'all already had got y'all bid. Y'all was good. Y'all was set for nationals. Why y'all even come to the tournament? You know? I mean, they came to get practice. I'm like, look, y'all should have just let us go to this tournament and just let us do our thing. But no, y'all just had to come, stir the pot. They got the win. It was what it was. But hey, at least my thing is, I carry it like this. If we don't win it, if it's another Baltimore team, league team, whatever, oh, I'm riding. Bring that thing home. And that was our goal this weekend. No matter what, that thing was going to come back to Baltimore. And look what happened.
And I think
We
that
we
further
run
shows
York.
that right
We run
now
York.
the LMFFL is the dominant league in this
Oh
area.
yeah. Rampage went up there and won it. And we went up there and won it.
Well, let's go back and take a look at the last 4 tournaments that I think of. York, Rampage versus Renegades for the finals.
Mm-hmm.
You had Capital Classic, Scorpions and Renegades for the finals. You had Rampage winning A in that tournament. And then you go
Mm-hmm.
look at Worlds, Scorpions won that. And then you take a look at this tournament, Renegades Aftermath, all OMFFL final again. What a run the OMFFL is having over the last year on terms of what their teams have done in
Yeah.
tournaments. Just
Yeah, man. That's one thing I can say about the teams in our league. Even some of the teams that you not mentioning, they're getting better. Like I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna tell you, we just lost to the 4-1 Ravens. Now
Saw that. That was like a wild
that's
game, man. 26-22.
let me tell you about them young boys, man. The fact that listen, they scrappy, they scrappy, they ball, they don't argue. And when I tell you one thing I love about that defense, when that ball hit the air, you're gonna see about 4 or 5 of them flying to the ball, flying. The DBs love.
Yeah, they're definitely one of the more improving teams right now. Unfortunately, disappointing weekend for the Ravens. 0-3, they went at the tournament, but that was the first. What's that? Did he? Yeah, it's a possibility. But I'll finish my point real quick. Good weekend for the 4-1. Not a good week for the 4-1 Ravens, but it's a learning experience all the way. Unfortunately, I feel like we've lost him, so.
Good shit.
100% agree. Check for Dion.
Dion. No ad. You share for no ad.
I love it. Don't you, isn't that fun?
Dion, get off of it and come back in, man.
Let me say something to him.
And be whatever. Pause, whatever.
Oops, I think I said. Thanks, Facebook. Sent that to the wrong person.
He's trying to add himself.
That usually doesn't work.
And no answer every time.
I just told him to exit stream and re-enter. What? Someone in. I told someone else to exit the stream and re-enter, and they said hi. No, Devontae, you don't have to do that.
No.
Dion has to.
He's trying to do it again, see if it works. No answer. We have to add you, Dion.
See if it shows up.
Hold on.
Remember, this didn't work for him last time either. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, still no ad next to your name.
No. Is it really going to do that again with Dion?
Oh, tell him to completely exit out of the Facebook app and then come back to the live. I think it's the only way it's gonna work.
Is that a text message?
Nah.
Okay. There we go. I just told him that. Final thoughts you have on York? Because, yeah.
Like I said, good shit, Renegades.
Yeah. Renegades definitely.
Honestly, going into that game, I thought Aftermath was gonna beat them. I'm not gonna lie. But it didn't happen that way.
It was a good game nonetheless.
I mean, good shit to Aftermath too, man. They balled out too. I know they didn't end up winning the championship, but they balled out all that day too.
I can't wait to watch their footage. We'll give a couple updates on that. I finished AFN Baez. That game is finished. I'm going to have it uploaded tonight. Also, the next game I'm working on, I finished up Primetime Renegades, or I'm working on it at least. I think I'm down to like the final minute of it. After that, I'm going to do Gusto Land Scorpions. And then after I get through 2 semi-pro games and 2 other games that day, because I got a lot to edit, I'm going to do day 2 of York. And then I'll be caught up. Editing's fun.
He's gotta stop trying to add himself. Yeah, it's not there again. I think because he keeps trying to add himself.
Yeah, I can't get them on.
No, it's not working.
We're trying, Dion. Facebook does not seem to like you for some reason and won't let me ever add you. Gotta love when that happens. Who's watching out of curiosity?
I think you got 17 viewers.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, we've gotten to a point where it's time to switch gears and talk about what's going on this weekend. Ross,
Yeah.
I don't know.
What do I have going on this weekend?
Yeah, what are you doing what's going on this weekend for you?
Yeah, game against the Misfits on Saturday.
Oh, snap. That's gonna be a good one.
It better be.
Looking forward to that.
What do you got going on this weekend?
I don't know yet, to be honest. But I do know what's going on in New York. The Corona Classic 2. Weekend 2, actually.
Right?
Yeah. Started last month. We'll give a recap of some of the games. Starting with Saturday. Downstate and Blazers tied at 13. Downstate beat 845 gang 28-8. Gladiators over the Bulldogs 25-6. Blazers over 845 gang 29-26. 7-point spread over Gladiators 20-6. 7-point fell then to the Bulldogs 20-14. Riot Squad 6, Demons 3, BSN 19, Riot Squad 12. And the end of the day, it was Demons 14, BSN 13. Pretty competitive Saturday from the sound of things.
Yeah.
What a Saturday it was to start that tournament. Really good time from the looks of things. Some excellent matchups. Moving on to the Sunday portion. We look at the schedule there. It was TakeOver 15, Second Gen 14. Second Gen then beat Lions 19-12. Punishers 26, ABI nothing. Rebels 9, Tigers 8. Steel 13, Tigers 6. Punishers 19, New Jersey All-Stars nothing. ABI 21, New Jersey All-Stars 20. TakeOver 19, Lions 0. Ducks 20, Rebels 12. Ducks 28, Steel 12. Rollers 18, Main Event 9. Main Event 34, Outlaws 28. Rollers 18, Outlaws 13. Nomads 39, Apocalypse 0. Nomads 20, Chargers 6. Chargers 20, Apocalypse 0. Your thoughts on Sunday, Ross?
I don't even know half the teams you just said, Jay.
Maybe you should get out more.
Probably.
Anyways, you'll learn this weekend at the Corona Classic 2. And normally I'd call a guest in for it, but Dion was the only guest we had.
I told him to get out and try to get back in.
See
without trying to add himself, just comment on the thing that you're back in.
I think it's just... I don't think it's that. I think it literally doesn't work on his end for some reason. Because, like, we tried to get him in weeks ago for county. I don't know what happened. Either way, looking forward to that this weekend. Corona Classic 2, going to be awesome. Looking forward to Capital Classic. Looking forward to that York tournament next month. Looking forward to Nationals.
Yeah.
You realize we're about to be in November, right?
Yeah.
It's about to be...
Turkey Bowl season and everything.
The best time of the year. From now to Nationals, we'll be live almost every weekend for a special episode of Blood Talk. For Ross Collins, I'm Joey Blaze. We'll see you tomorrow night.